and welcome back to the stream, where today we're going to be playing Genshin Impact. Now, I believe last time we left off with, basically with almost the last part of the Fontaine Archon quest. Now, there could be more Fontaine Archon quests, there could not be, I don't know, but there's still another world boss in Fontaine, and then there's still more 4-point yada yada updates. Now, the reason you can't see anything here is just because OBS is being finicky, so let me see if that will show it. There we go, okay. So OBS was being really finicky, and I don't know why it's doing whatever that is, but I guess I'll try to figure that out after the stream. But last time, we basically left off where we basically save Fontaine, kind of? It was kind of Farina. No, it was Focalor and I guess, Nouvellette that saved Fontaine? It's a lot to explain. If you want the complete detail, go to my last stream. My last Genshin stream. But, from what I remember, it was basically Focalor, the Archon of Hydro, was different than Farina. She basically sacrificed herself, which is actually kind of sad. So when Farina, Focalor, whatever you want to call them, when they first became the god 500 years ago, she basically separated herself into two. A human form and a spiritual god form, I guess? Farina is the human form, Focalor is the god form. It's a lot. And then they were condemned by the Heavenly Principles because the previous Hydro Archon, had created Oceanids into humans. And, like, the Fontaine citizens and the Archon were condemned to, I don't know, eternal damnation, dying, I guess? So the people of Fontaine, I believe they're still Oceanids. Maybe? I'm not exactly sure about that. But, Focalor, it's weird calling her Focalor, because I always said Focalor. But, Focalor had basically sacrificed herself so that Nouvellette could get his full draconic power back. Or get his full draconic power for the first time. I don't know if he's just always been partial dragon. I don't know. But then he basically saved the people of Fontaine by forgiving their sins. I don't know how that worked. And then the flood came, but nobody died, which was really great. But then Malus and Silver died before, and I don't know if they actually died because they technically turned into their original form, which was the Oceanid. But I don't know if that means they died or what. But the sins of the people are saved. I think they should be safe from primordial seawater now, and so should Farina, which is amazing! Because she was crying on her throne, and I was really panicking the last stream. But now I think we're basically just checking on... Yeah, we're basically just checking on everyone after everything, because Fontaine did flood. I don't know how that worked, because Fontaine's water is, like, raised up, but I don't know how all that works if Fontaine is just, like, a giant waterfall island or something. But, so the water rose up somehow, and then it completely depleted somehow, and the people are safe now, I guess. That's basically a short summary of it, though it was pretty epic in the Archon quest. Now, first thing we're going to do is read this, which is Ketching's birthday, which was actually today. Very neat. A token of affection. I wonder if they actually, like, age in-game, like, if before Ketching was 17, now this year she's 18. I don't know if that's, like, a lore type thing. It would be cool if it was to show that time was actually passing into that, but I don't know. A token of affection. While I was out on a stroll recently, I happened to overhear my colleagues talking about giving me a gift. Out of my curiosity, I stopped to listen for a while. Wow. You know, a gift is, well, I mean, I guess not all gifts are surprises, but wow, Kaching. Learning about your gift, that's lame. They seemed unable to decide this style of accessory to go for. Whenever one of them chose something, someone else always suggested something else instead. Well, I mean, you are a little unpredictable, Ketching. Do you actually... I don't know what Ketching's build stuff is. Always suggested something instead, and so it went on. I didn't want to be the cause of trouble for them. When it comes down to it, gifts are just an expression of our friendship. I'd be happy with whatever they got me. Oh, that's actually kind of sweet. See, I'm not sure what to think about Ketching. I mean, she doesn't like the gods, which kind of makes sense, but she doesn't necessarily make sense. Anyways, I wanted to get closer with my colleagues and thank them for being so considerate, so I've invited everyone out to have a dinner together. Will you come too? If you're free after the meal, I'd like to go for a walk with you as well. Aww! And she gives us stuff for her birthday! That makes no sense, but I guess that's her specialty dish, and it's a little creepy, and fish is disgusting, but if it's from a friend, I guess I'll accept it and, like, give it to someone who likes fish? Why do these bushes, like, not have any shadows? These bushes are different than, like, these bushes and stuff. Although you can destroy them all. I don't know how that makes sense, but, next is the event. Completely forgot to mention that, just heading straight to it, is the graph of adversarial technology experiment log. On the streets of Fontaine's courtier Lanius? I don't know. You and Paimon encounter a strange engineer. Surprise there. She is currently researching the profound subject of graph adversarial technology and urgently requires the help of adventurers. Okay, but why do you gotta use long words like that? I don't like that you use long words. And obviously, I haven't been on Genshin since last week, so I haven't done anything. Alright. You need adventurers to take pictures? What do you need us to do?
Snap, printy, printy, printy.
It voiced!
Stack.
Okay, that's a little weird. Oh, yep, you're just gonna find us.
Whoa,
you actually remind me of Charlotte.
Kind of big deals.
Yep, you definitely remind me of Charlotte.
Hey, you two. Can I take your picture?
Just like a photographer version of Charlotte.
Does she mean us? Why does she want our picture?
Normally events aren't voiced. It may be just because we dress differently than people in all of Teyvat. Just a thought. She probably just wants a keepsake, but if it's for commercial use, we could charge her for it. Oh, money!
Guess we better get used to the celebrity treatment, huh? Can't blame the fans for wanting a photo.
Did
of
we
their
technically
hero.
say Fontaine, though? Well, we did fight.
But if this is for anything besides your own personal use, then we're legally allowed to charge you. Wait, what would they call it here? An appearance fee? Photo shoot fee?
What would that be called, actually? Copyright? Can you copyright people? I don't know how copyright exactly works. But, we did technically fight the all-devouring narwhal, and we didn't defeat him because Child's Master Skirk arrived and basically turned the whale into a little ball with, like, a snap of her fingers. She was very cool, by the way. Scary, but cool. And then immediately threw the whale ball and Child into an abyss portal and then closed the abyss portal. I don't know that's really weird, but she was Child's master, and she said that the whale was her master's pet, which honestly makes me terrified for what we don't know about Teyvat, if they're even from Teyvat. I don't know. It's really scary. I'm gonna be honest. But we encountered Skirk. So, and the all-devouring narwhal, it was not from Teyvat, though it was consuming the primordial seawater of Teyvat, and then would probably go to eat Teyvat itself, and then go on to other planets. So I guess in a way, we kind of saved all of Teyvat until Skirk decided to show up at least. Skirk is a weird name. I just want to say that.
Absolutely. It's just an honor to be able to photograph the Ace Adventurer duo.
Woo!
How does 1.5 million Mora sound?
Oh, make it $1 million.
Sure,
Or
that
2
sounds
million.
fine. Hold up, how much did you say again? 1.5 million? Did Paimon hear that right?
I like how they're doing the same
Lot of
expressions.
love for just one photograph. Maybe a little too much. Are we really worth all that?
Heck yeah! Take as many photos as you like.
You guys are overreacting.
I guess we're gonna be
This measly
fashionistas
1.5
or
mil
something.
Is just the start.
Just
If
the
you're
start?
interested in working with me as a photographer, you could potentially be taking home anywhere up to 9 figures.
Excuse me?
Snaps and stack those stacks.
Oh, I'm
9 figures?
getting ready to get some stacks.
Wait, every 1,000 is 3 figures plus 1 for the 1, so 1 million, that's 7, plus 2 is
What is she?
10 million, 100 million, 100 million?
Wait. Every 1,000 is 3 figures. How did she get 100 million from that? I don't know how she got 100 million from that, but it's money, so I'll take it, I guess. Now you're just throwing numbers out.
Yeah, this all sounds too crazy.
I
even
mean,
for Paimon.
I'm bad at math, but that was
What kind
math.
of racket are you running here? You planning on flashing a couple of famous faces to con innocent people?
Well, that's what I was about to say. She could be
Con
conning
innocent
us.
people. You took the words right out of my mouth.
What?
But you got it back
You
to
are
front.
calling?
My goal here is to rid Teyvat of everyone out there who's trying to con innocent people.
Oh.
Help me out, and there'll be a big bonus in it for you.
Okay,
Oh, a little.
we're gonna
Since you
take
skipped a
pictures of
couple
people?
steps.
I don't understand. What exactly are we doing?
Crime fighting.
Well, it all has to do with an important problem in law enforcement that often gets overlooked.
Yeah,
Target
like the
recognition.
guards?
Common sense says that if
Yep.
Gardamex want to fight crime, the first thing they need to do is identify who's a criminal and who isn't, right?
Because they're gonna be
But what
fighting the
happens when a
non-criminal
Gardamex mistakes
instead
an
of the
honest
criminal.
citizen for
That
a
would be
criminal,
bad.
or sees someone brandishing a weapon in public but fails to flag them as a potential threat. Then you've got a huge problem.
Okay, adventurers roam
Think
the
of the
world.
poor
People are gonna
fisherman whose
have
fishing rod
weapons.
gets
I
mistaken
have a
for
weapon.
spear. Or the crafty crook who carries around a metal pipe to club his victims with, but dismissed as a regular plumber.
You should work with Charlotte, actually.
Fair enough. You're kind of making sense now.
Great.
I mean,
Okay,
it
so
still makes no
let's
sense
say
to
I
me, but
disguise
sure.
myself as a cat, or a dog, or a finch, or a pigeon.
Huh?
Or maybe even a blubber beast, because why the heck not? So
I mean,
I'm
blubber beasts
walking
are
around the city
cute.
streets like an escaped amusement park employee, and a Gardamex sees me. How do you think it would respond?
How did we get to what, huh? How did we get to the amusement park? You're losing me more than I lose myself.
Oh, that's cheating! A Gardamex not gonna do anything to some cute little critter. Also, what kind of blubber beast would even want
Debatable.
to come to the city
Gardamex
anyway?
don't have brains. They follow
Bingo,
commands like
right answer.
robots.
Gardamex are incapable of registering cats, dogs, finches, pigeons, and, of course, blubber beasts as potential targets. Their image recognition system actually
I like
ignores
how
them
it looks like the
completely.
doggy has
It's
pants. It's
actually
so
fairly
cute.
logical if you think about it. Removing all the near zero risk entities from the target database boosts performance in most situations.
I mean, people, I guess,
a
could
quote
like
from a recent
send
report
letters
in
with
Steamberg.
finches and birds
Several
and
keen-eyed
stuff, but
thieves
I
who
don't really
noticed a
see the
flaw in
problem with
Gardamex
a blubber
detection
beast.
systems disguise themselves as blubber beasts during the commission of their crimes.
Huh?
Completely blind to the would-be blubber beasts, the Gardamex made no attempt to
Would-be
intervene in the
blubber
thefts committed
beasts?
by the gang.
I love So you're saying that they could somehow transform themselves into animals and the criminals wouldn't be caught by the Gardamex because the Gardamex don't have that in their system. Yeah, I'm not too keen on watching Gardamex attack innocent animals thinking they're criminals. Those crafty crooks.
Wait, so this actually happened? And the Gardamex really didn't catch them?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's pretty gutsy, but also kind of horrifying.
How do they
Get
turn
bored of
themselves
petty
into
theft and move
animals?
on to something even worse. They could get away with anything.
Are they anime
Exactly.
guy?
And that's why we have to fight these criminals in the domain of technology.
Huh?
It's turned into an ongoing tug of war between
Okay,
their
can we talk
disguises
about
and
the
our
criminals
image
turning
recognition
themselves into
capabilities.
animals, please?
And I, Lapine Pauline, specialist in graph adversarial
Okay, I don't think we
technology,
need to
am
do all
determined
this.
to do my part towards a
If
crime-free future for Fontaine.
the criminal does
Currently, I'm in the process of collecting
turn
sample
themselves
images.
into
Once
an
I have a
animal,
large
then
enough
I can
pool,
capture
I'll
them
use that to
with
develop
my
a simple but powerful and
OmniNet
highly
or whatever it's
accurate image
called.
recognition algorithm that runs on a small graphical processing module. Any
Huh?
clockwork mecha installed with this module will instantly be able to recognize people wearing disguises and
Oh,
accurately
a
assess the
high-tech
criminal
camera.
threat they pose. And, if all goes to plan, the Palais Mermonia will jump at the chance to have these installed on every Gardamek in the city.
Didn't
It's the
you say
business
you wanted to take
opportunity
a
of
picture of me?
lifetime.
Are you trying to test if I'm a criminal, or are you trying to test if the camera actually works? All this starts with you doing street photography?
Paimon's getting deja vu. Let me guess.
I mean,
you're a
people could
homo
sue you for
researcher
taking
who
pictures of
prefers
them
to
without
stick
their
to the
consent.
city, limiting your potential sample size. And the reason you want to work with us is because we can go out into the wild and help you get all the other photos you need, right?
Photos of people or photos of
Wow.
animals?
Right again.
I feel like it's photos of
Down to the
animals.
last
Wait,
detail.
am I
It
gonna see?
Sounds like the Ace Adventurer duo has seen it all before. What do you say? Join my
I
project,
mean, I've seen
become a
some
graph adversarial
desert
technology
dwellers
specialist,
turn,
and together we can
not turn
expose
themselves
every
into
costume
animals, but
defender in
have
Fontaine.
animal sidekicks.
Crucially, with your help, we can build a solid graph adversarial tech pipeline and take Fontaine's technology and law enforcement capabilities to the next level. Everybody wins.
Why do I feel like it's not gonna be
Does
that
sound like
easy?
it's for a good cause.
Also, why is this even voiced? Normally, events
Forget
aren't
tomorrow.
voiced.
We can't stand by and do nothing. There are criminals out there giving Blubber Beast a bad name, and that's something Paimon won't stand for.
I like how we say justice for Blubberbeast, but I need to defeat some Blubberbeast to raise up Nouvelette's talents. I hate doing that. Although I think there is like an area where we could feed a Blubberbeast, and I feel like if we feed it like once every couple days, then it'll probably give us a chest like it did on Dragonspine with the foxes.
Great!
Justice for
And just like
Blubberbeast!
that, welcome to the team.
Team?
Okay,
Is it
take
multiple
this.
people
It's
or
an
is it
image
just
recognition
us?
sample collector. It contains recording and analysis equipment that I designed myself and comes complete with a user guide.
Wow,
I've already looked through lots
Fontanians
of
really like
images
to
from
rely
all
on
over
technology.
to determine the key features of the samples I'd like to collect. All you need to do is work your way through the guide, get the pictures, and bring them back to me. Simple. Let's get this show on the
So
road,
I just need to
everyone.
take pictures?
We must win the tug of war against evildoers and score some big-ticket orders from the Palais Mermonia.
Okay, but can you mention that with enemies turning themselves into animals? During the event, the image sampling camera to take pictures of targets that, whatever that is, Lepine Pauline points out to randomly obtain a special sample. You can take a total of 10 shots per day, and these will be reset the next day. So does that mean I can use the time to reset the day, or I just didn't do this event quick enough? Because there's 2, maybe 3 days of this event left. You can exchange samples with your friends during this event. Haha, sucks for you. I have no friends! Alright, that looks like a unique camera. Dang it! Forgot about that. I'm gonna do this quickly. Parametric transformer. I don't want to forget about that. Alright, I forgot I still have Lumine because I was wishing for Frida. last time, I think. Didn't get her, don't think I will get her. Now, I am close to leveling
All
up.
right, let's head off.
Novelette.
Just sharpen my
I think I
spear.
just need to do 2 levels for each of his talents, then I think I'll be done with him, which is actually relatively
We
quick.
can do this.
I like how optimistic my team is. Yeah. Oh no, I only need to level them up one more time, and then artifacts, obviously, but I like to worry about that last.
Oh, hi. Let the show be at the frying pan.
Now doing, I think I have mentioned it before, it is kind of best, in my opinion, to do that with, like, claymores, or not claymores, with catalyst users. As you can see there, just because you can spam a ton. Right. What is this? Ooh, I forgot that it unlocked the commissions. I need to take a picture of a stick. Oh my god. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. I might have had to do this event before. Oh, now I only have 2 days and 7 hours of this. That sucks. Alright, so I think you could just randomly get frames from this and then you use the frames for something? I don't know what this exactly means. During the event, a different subject will be designated to be photographed each day. I have to staff wielding opponent. Oh, okay, so it has requirements. Yeah, okay, so I might have missed out on most of this event. But that looks like a Hilly Churl's bat, so I might go to a Hilly Churl camp. You will have 10 different frames to film to take photos with each day, and any remaining unused film will be cleared the next day. When photographing these subjects, you can randomly obtain a sample with different characteristics. Perhaps you can confirm the target faster using the information in the Adventure Archive. Each time you collect all 5 characteristic samples, visit Lepian Pauline to exchange them for research rewards. Okay, yeah, so you get the samples and then you exchange it with the photographer lady and then you get rewards from that. Yeah, that's gonna suck. I missed out on this event. And the rewards within, you can exchange for rewards more than once a day. Okay. So, oops. I want to make sure it didn't do anything too drastic. Okay. Alright. Do we need to talk to you, or how does this work? You gave me a camera. Right, there's the crystal fly trap. Capture time remaining 1 hour and 42 minutes. Ooh. You gotta lock that soon. I wonder if you could actually, I mean, you could see it on the map, which is really cute, but I wonder if you can actually, like, see crystal flies surrounding it like an animation or something. So, I'm wondering if this event is what I'm thinking, and I need to take a picture of, like, a hilly troll with a bat, or something like that. Let me switch to that. That looks like a camera used in a previous event, too. Are you, like, going to the crystal fly trap? I don't think they are. I think they're just normally there. Oh, god dang it! No! Oh, man. Well, there's still this guy. Can I get him? I honestly can get more crystal flies by just wandering the world in familiar crystal fly places than I can with this crystal fly trap. Although it's good to leave it idle, because it doesn't hurt to leave it idle. I just... Not finished capturing. Yeah, you have to wait for it to finish capturing, and it doesn't look any different. That's lame. Alright. What was it? Staff wielding opponent. Yeah, so it should just be a hilichurl. Now, I'm wondering if these hilichurls are all bow wielders. Can I, like, zoom in with this camera? I can. You're a bow wielder, but I'm wondering if you're all bow wielders. Do you have staff? Or a bat? No. Staff wielding opponent? You don't have a staff. You're hitting me with rocks. Alright, I need to find a hilichurl with a staff. There is a hilichurl camp over here. I'm wondering if... No, they're gonna be archers. See, in my opinion, it looks like a hilichurl staff, just a lot thinner. Or, not a hilichurl staff, a hilichurl's bat. I feel like that's more accurate to the hilichurls. Do any of you have staffs? You have a bow. Don't notice me. Yes! Yeah! Hilichurl fighter! Oh, I don't even need to take a picture of them? Oh, wait! Okay, can I take a picture of that sleeping guy over there? I only took a picture of 2. Okay, so there's only one subject a day, and then you just always have to have a staff-wielding opponent. Ah, that makes sense. Now let me take a picture of the last guy itching his butt. There you go. Yeah, because then we got stuff from that. You're not a staff wielder. Now, what other opponents wield a staff? Or where are hilichurls with the staffs? There's some up here, though I don't know if they have a staff. I know the ones closest to you are archers, because I remember that. He's an archer. But what is he? They might both be archers. I want to get close to them, but if I get close to them, they're going to aggro on me, and it's going to prove useless. Are you staff wielders? I don't think you are. Oh, right! There's hilichurl berserkers, too! I forgot about those guys! Yeah, no, you're not a staff wielder, okay?
Wind Strider.
Windblade.
Picture you guys. You'd need not more pictures. You're a bow wielder. Okay, there could be more. Fighter. Now, I think the rest of you are good. So I'm just gonna leave before you aggro on me. See, I don't actually know the hilichurls' names. Well, most of them at least. Just because I don't care to memorize their names. There is hilichurls over there. Although I know there is also a... Oh, there's hilichurls over there too. Forgot about that.
Time to go.
Oh, there's Samachurls too because they're staff-wielding opponents, right? Do they work, or is he blocked by the torch? Does Samachurls work? It should. Yes! 2 more. That, and you're an archer. Okay. No, I don't take multiple pictures. Yes! Okay, so there is more staff wielders, or bat wielders, I guess. See, I feel like it would be accurate for staff for the Samachurl because they're like the
Time to go.
alchemists of hilichurls? I don't know. Then, you. Okay, perfect. Yep, that's all I needed from you guys. And then I think I can go to the Pauline Lady to exchange these for the rewards? Now, is it like a reward shop, or is it just these rewards? It might just be these rewards. Yeah, okay, so there must have been like 7 days of the event, and I only have 2 days left. Ooh, that sucks. Well, I mean, you get what you get, I guess. Where is she? Is she over there? Yes, she is. Hey, Pauline, or whatever your name is. Lepine Pauline. That's a weird name, but it's Fontaine, so whatever. Excellent. Show me what we've got. Looks like the graph adversarial technology research is going to take another giant leap forward. I took a picture of Haley Charles. I don't know what that exactly does. Though I understand why you need, I understand why you need to hire adventurers, just because it would be dangerous for you, a photographer. Though it's dangerous anyways, since you're looking for criminals. Well, I guess I could do this on my trophy account too, and then just give the samples to myself on this account. Whatever, I guess I'll do that later. Do I have primogems to wish? No, I do not. Yeah, I kept Noelle's banner just because it's nostalgia stake, and I got rid of her banner stupidly. On my trophy account, so now we will go to the finale. Go to Poisson. The calamity facing Fontaine has finally come to an end. No matter what happens, the presses won't stop churning news out. Well, I wonder why. They almost drowned, but they didn't. They're alive. I wonder what happened to the people who couldn't swim, or what happened to the boat? Because somehow, Risley had gotten that giant boat that he was constructing, or reconstructing? Fixing? I don't know. He got that out of the Fortress of Meripede, or wherever that was. I think it was in the Fortress of Meripede. Anyways, and then it seemed the water, like, died down not long after, so I'm wondering if it lasted, like, half an hour or something. In other words, the people will learn about the truth as fast as the Steambird staffers can ride it. Which is quick, I assume. Hello, Melissa and Silver! I mean, I don't think they're dead, but they're not alive either. Man, I want to go back to Poisson. It's just gonna remind me of them. Mr. Twitchy Eyebrows and Mr. Old Man. It's just sad. I wonder if they're doing anything with that boat, or if that's just for... not for presentation purposes. It just says it's like a base of operations type thing.
Time to go.
Instead of actually repairing it. Hi, Navia! Oh, right, the Fatui are helping them! Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure. I still trust the Fatui. I mean, Arlecchino seems to have been helping. She said that, I don't know, I'm forgetting what I'm saying. I don't trust Arlecchino. She's helping as much as she can, and she said that Fontaine was her home, but she could be 500 years old or older. Just because Signora was as well. I don't know, this is all really suspicious. I don't trust the Fatui.
Oh, it's you.
Specifically the Harbingers. I trust Linny and Lynette,
look around.
maybe. Who's this guy?
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Oh, the Fatui are here too.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on them.
Let me introduce you.
Is
This
he
is
the
Mr.
pyro?
Garun Snežević. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies, and is helping with our work.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna, like, use this. I don't know. I have trust issues because of this game. But, I feel like she's gonna use this again in the future, like, hey, I helped you, so now you have to help me, sort of thing. I don't trust her, or the Fatui!
Our residents are hard at work as well.
I mean, she's just
Thanks,
looking for
everyone.
hypnosis, but
Work
I'm
is
also
progressing
kind of on their
nicely.
wanted list, so
We've
I'm not
lost a
sure
lot of
why
people,
they're not hunting me.
But we're moving forward. That will have to be enough.
Lucid Silver!
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours.
Ooh.
I especially like
Yeah,
that article
you
you wrote
look
last
like
year
you would
about
have a name
Fontaine's
from
stray cats.
Snezhnaya. I mean, your last name almost looks like Snezhnaya.
But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report?
Yeah,
It's
because
not
you guys are
charity we're doing here.
suspicious.
We just happen to share the same interests as Espina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally trust that.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible.
Don't!
Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That's also suspicious.
That would be fine. Thanks.
Or that.
Oh, you're back too.
I don't
How
know
are
if the
things?
Fatui are friendly.
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clarence?
Oh, yeah. In the last Archon quest, or in the current Archon quest, I guess? I don't know. They basically, well, Nouvelette had cured them of their sins by tricking the Heavenly Principles. And I realized that the Heavenly Principles might not actually be a god or a person physically. I feel like the Heavenly Principles are like rules of Tevat, because the god at the beginning of the game called herself the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles. She sustains the rules of Tevat. So, I always just thought that the Heavenly Principles was like a god in themselves. But they couldn't be either. I don't know.
Well, her reputation's greatly risen
They
after that
tricked
whole
the
duel
Heavenly
business with Miss
Principles.
Farina. So she's here in
Though, how
Poisson
long
to
is
wait
that
out
trick
the
gonna
heat.
last? I don't even know what that trick was,
All right,
necessarily.
all right. She really came here to help me out.
Yeah, because Chlorine's a good lady, even though she technically killed your dad.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers.
I
And,
mean, he wanted
well,
to die for some
I
reason,
do already
but
happen to be connected to Mr. Callis.
I don't know.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel. About what it
She
was like
wants to
facing down a
interview
god.
everyone.
There's lots of exciting material there. I
Charlotte, you're probably gonna need more
Forget it.
staff.
I'm sure you can find a better theme than that, Miss Charlotte.
Ooh.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me
Oh.
a favor for Navia's sake?
So she's always
Well,
tried
if we're
to get
talking
her.
about doing things
in an
for my
interview.
sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me. Or of the Traveler. It's better than wasting time persuading Chlorand at any rate.
Chlorine.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up.
Woo! We do
and
need to take a
smile.
picture. Paimon's in the middle. That's adorable. They pose and everything. I love that.
Take a shot. Did Paimon look cute in it?
Paimon, you're always cute.
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots.
Paimon is unimpressed. Charlotte takes more pictures of Poisson.
All
Rapid
right,
shutters.
that should do it.
I don't know why
We got
Genshin
you
does
here
that.
Anyway, so let's call it a day.
Alright, now she had to
You're
take
very
pictures.
quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not
Clearly.
to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections. Who knows? I might eventually get that interview with you after all, Miss Clarence.
I mean, I feel like a journalist
You
that writes
really
about
do have
everything
that
would
never
have
say die
connections.
spirit. I'm impressed.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Maripede.
You already knew she was going?
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a
So
guess,
she
too.
is allowed
I
at
asked
the Fortress of
Citron, who
Maripede?
told Monsieur Nervillette, and he told you, right?
Connections.
That's a very complete information chain.
Yeah.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly
Okay, but
towards
where's
the media?
Farina? Farina
I
knows.
told him that it was best not to speak too soon.
I mean,
There's
Farina was
no
playing a
guarantee
part
that
for
Raids will
500
make a
years that she
personal
was the
appearance.
Hydro Archon, but she's not the Hydro
You're
Archon,
right.
and the Hydro
I've gotta
Archon is
treasure
dead.
every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
So Farina's just
Stay
a
safe
normal
now.
human.
And tell me if you hear anything interesting.
And I don't think
Farina
Farina's immortal anymore either, because she was technically a cursed human. Maybe. I don't know how that specifically works. Any more to say?
You seem curious about the fortress.
Of course. That Risley. I still remember going down to the fortress to grill him for information on my father's case. Boy, did he take me for a ride. Without telling me anything, of course.
Yeah, he
But he
probably
did invite you
mentioned.
to tea.
I was
didn't
about
he?
to say he was gonna
Large
mention tea.
parts of it, in fact. It was good tea, though.
How
I have
large
to
are the
agree.
pots of tea?
The tea there is very good.
Ah,
Man
speaking
likes
of
his
that,
tea.
would you like to have some today? I mean, you've got time, right?
Even just talking about
I'd be
Risley
partial
gets
to
them
some
in the mood
shortbread.
for tea.
Wow, it's like we've got a menu or something. Sure, sure.
Oh,
Good.
I like how they're
What
friends,
flavor of
though.
biscuits would you like, Mr. Snezhovich?
Me? I'm fine with anything. But I would prefer chocolate, should you have it.
Good choice.
All right, leave it to
You're
me.
part of the Fatui, but
I'll
you
go
made
over
a
the
good
newly arrived
choice in the
supplies with
snack.
you later, Mr. Snezhovich. We should be able to finish the preparatory work today.
Am
That
I
works
not
great for me.
invited to the tea party?
Is it just me, or did you get a new lipstick?
Ooh, girl talk.
I did. It was a gift from Sijuin. Want to give it a try? I think the color would suit you too.
I don't know why, but I didn't think Chlorine would talk about lipstick or chapstick or whatever she said. Didn't ever think she was one to talk about that, but I guess we're going to... Are we just, like, traveling with, Charlotte? Just to get her info? I feel like we are. Because I was wondering where Charlotte was before that. Because before, she wanted us to give information about the Fortress of Meripede and what was going on before, but I don't think we were able to give her much information about the Fortress of Meripede. I guess she's here fun of herself. Oh, right, because she mentioned
Wow,
Sageweed and then
good for you
Nuvalet and
again,
then
huh?
Chlorine.
There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Nostalgic feeling
Looks like
for a
you've been
prison.
missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet
You
us?
still call him Duke? I mean, that's a title,
Of
but
course.
it's not his name.
I'm here to welcome you
I
and
think.
our dear
Unless
Miss
his name
Charlotte,
is like
whom our
Risley
good
Duke
head
or
nurse
something.
recommended to me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke.
Where's Siegeween?
Thank you for consenting to
I-
my visit to the fortress, sir.
Still a bit
No
scared
need
of
to thank
Siegeween.
But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our agreement?
Agreement? Focus? Huh?
Of course, of course.
She's just gonna investigate the fortress
All right
then?
then, this way.
Instead of Risley himself? I'm confused. Yeah, she is. Is she taking
Hey,
mugshots?
no need to be so nervous. I've already
Oh,
taken
these
all
are
the photos we
the
need.
two people that were working on the boat that everybody
Miss
thinks is a
Charlotte.
couple.
Do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steambird?
Are you getting photo shy?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Because they're
Sir,
dating.
please don't say things like that.
They're dating.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be very important to you then?
No, I just...
You're a bad liar.
This is my first time being interviewed, and I'm very thankful to the Steambird for...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I
Right,
enjoyed
'cause
chatting with you
Edwin
more.
was like
Definitely got
his
more of that
professor,
genius vibe
right?
going on. The
So I
boat
think
we
he was
brought
like the
about a
right-hand
miracle,
man
the
of
ark that saved
Edwin?
the people. Why, you recreated
he
a myth
die?
back there, like an emissary of legend.
Or is he not
Still,
dead?
If I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Yeah, because the ship decided to fly.
Trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory.
How?
I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Where's the factory?
Well, then in that case,
How did you
could I have an interview with you to make up for that loss?
That doesn't make sense. Ooh. She really does know how to squeeze opportunities for all they're worth. Well, she is a journalist.
You already know my
I feel like
answer,
that's
I'm
her
afraid.
job.
Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Do it!
Did you really
They
have
are
to
a
use
couple.
the word couple?
Okay, now you're
Alright,
just
2
pointing it
solo
out that you
photos
guys
will
are a
do.
couple.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting
That's
pretty
hilarious.
here.
I feel like they're dating.
I've seen this kind of thing before.
They're definitely dating.
Oh, seems like everyone's here.
Oh, Siegeween!
Would any of you like to try this new drink?
See,
I
what
came
is
up with?
Siegeween too? Is she like a
Ah,
mix between a
Siegeween.
human and...
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Why don't you, take some
Um.
pretty photos of our head nurse? Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween. Over this way.
Mixed
Let's find
between a
brighter
human
spot.
and a Melusine? Because she's got the Melusine attributes.
Oh, sure.
And she's got
do I
human
have to
skin.
So, how have things been at the fortress?
Fortress-like? Is it really a fortress anymore?
Same old, as you can see.
Or is it more of
Fontaine's
a prison
undergone
now?
some
Because the
changes, but
fortress was
this
to
place is
protect
still more or
the
less the
seawater,
same.
right?
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
It
That's
saved
why I
people.
decided
What
to
do you
let the interview
mean?
Go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurrier? Miss Lorvine?
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that, which is a pity.
So he
I'll
likes
just leave
being
the spotlight to you two.
You walk with Risley for a while and share news about above
I
ground
see.
with him.
Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that
Yeah,
Harbinger,
I
I'm not
met
sure you
the Miss
remember,
Lady
but
and
his
she was
3 young
very
followers are
terrifying.
Still waiting for his return.
A world eater.
Sure did win them over, huh?
That was a pet of
I'll
a
tell them that
master.
there's good news and bad news.
A
The
world
good being
eater
that their
was a
boss
pet.
seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duties. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
I like how he mentions it overworld as if this place is hell.
In that
Because
case,
his
let's call it a day.
constellation is Cerberus, the guardian of hell. It's so cool.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
But wait, does that mean Farina's
There'll be a
banished
next time?
from Fontaine altogether? I want to see Farina. Where is she?
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. Until then. All right. Last stop, the docks.
Where's Farina? Is Farina at the docks? I hope she's at the docks. Farina! Well, this is where we first met her. Oh, I don't want to see her leave Fontaine, because Fontaine's her home. I mean, she's been suffering for 500 years, but still. She's only human. And it's not like she had much of a choice either, because she was trying to protect her people. And I feel like they don't know that. I think like she shouldn't be punished. Just my thoughts. I feel like the elevator's gonna be too slow. Jump! Is Farina there? Where's Farina? I don't see Farina. I see Linny and Lynette. But I don't see Farina. Where's Fremine? Oh, there's Fremine. Well, where's
They really are here. How did you know?
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
What
Traveler,
even
hi,
are
Mom.
these
And Miss Charlotte,
pockets?
too.
I don't understand what these are. We did it at the beginning of the
Would you like a
quest, and
magic
I don't
pocket?
know.
What sort of gadget is it?
Yeah, what is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them.
So it's
Or you
literally
could
just
trick
a
friend into
bag?
doing it for you.
Trick a friend. I wonder which of my friends would fall for that.
Hey, we were forced to. Don't Look
You
at
could
me like
just make
that.
a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Are you tricking your brother? I mean, I feel like they might not
Is this what you
actually
meant
be
by,
related.
I'll help you make some more friends?
Oh, Remini, you're so cute. See, I don't think they're actually, like, related, because they look nothing alike. Obviously, Linny and Lynette do, because they're twins. But, Fremine is the older, or younger brother. But I just have a feeling they're not blood related, which doesn't necessarily matter, no. But related by the House of the Hearth instead. The Fatui clan they're in.
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Aww.
Sure.
So cute.
Please, write down my address.
Your address?
You sure are working hard to help Fermine socialize.
That's adorable.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
That's so cute.
Yes, I was planning
love
to
Fremine
first
so
introduce Pear
much.
as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave
Two
underwater
assistants?
escape magic to him too.
Oh.
That said,
Well,
would
he is a
anyone
diver.
Want to see a diver escape underwater?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over?
Didn't he leave over there
Miss
and then
Charlotte
suddenly
says she
appeared over
wants to
here?
take a picture of us.
Oh,
Got it.
family picture. Yeah.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how have things been,
Oh, you have
traveler?
something to say to me? All right.
Father
I mean,
says
I
that
just
you did a great
saved
deal during the
all of
latest events.
Tibet.
She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
Mm.
That's alright.
I don't trust your father.
So, what's she doing now?
Why do you call her father? That makes no
Oh,
sense.
I guess you haven't heard. Well,
Huh?
after Lady Farina left, Father
She
and
already
Monsieur Neuvillette
left?
opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Farina gave Fontaine's gnosis to... Arlecchino? Oh, no. Why is this happening in every single nation?
A diplomatic gift? A gnosis?
That is not a diplomatic gift.
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself.
Oh,
But when I
no.
thought it over, there were actually a number of things going for it.
I'm not exactly sure that was the best plan for Farina. I mean, if she already left Fontaine, fine, but... Ooh! What is the Saritsa doing with the Gnosis? Other than the one guy playing chess with them.
It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal down.
Hmm.
Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
That doesn't mean she deserves a Gnosis!
Well, that's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about. Doesn't this seem
Paimon gets what I'm talking about. It
I
is
would
irresponsible.
agree,
It's a
but
Gnosis.
I've also heard that
Connections to
it seems that
Celestia.
Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
So there's some reason for this that only Neuvillette knows about?
I mean, he is the complete dragon sovereign now, so yeah.
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself.
I'm gonna,
Yes,
if I
speaking
can.
of which, I did see him strolling around the entrance to the fortress of Meripede a while back.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? Paimon didn't think he'd have the time for that.
Well, we're gonna force him to have the time.
But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave, right? What about Child?
Yeah, he was thrown into an abyss portal. I don't remember if Paimon saw that.
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds.
Yeah.
I hear that the recent disaster
Snezhnaya.
really did a number on his health.
No kidding. Well, he was in the Foul Legacy fighting his master's pet, which is terrifying. But while also in Foul Legacy, he also gets injured. I guess that I can now call him one of my war buddies.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui. To think we'd be allied with them this time.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, I guess Child did save the people of Fontaine when the all-devouring narwhal attacked, but I don't know. I still can't trust the Fatui Harbingers.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Is that Arlecchino? Yeah, it is.
Father.
Why do you call her father?
Well, what do you know? come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance.
Yeah, I feel like that
Please do
wasn't
not pay
a
my
chance.
accomplishments in Fontaine too much mind. I would have done them regardless.
I don't trust you, nor the Saritsa, thank you very much. I want to get away from this water. I feel like she might push me in.
Are you going to take the Gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
Yeah, she is.
That is our duty as harbingers, yes.
Unless she would pull a wanderer.
Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world.
Yeah, that's what
With
concerns
such a
me.
grand goal in mind, it is inevitable that we must wear many masks.
What is the grand goal? The grand goal that I'm on your hit list?
Switching my masks is something I've always done.
Yeah, I've seen that. I still can't trust you. You keep to your position?
Well, that depends on many things. No one
I
truly
mean, she is
knows what
pretty,
the
yes,
future
but
holds.
creepy.
What good is honesty if you can't rely on it forever? As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration.
I very much don't.
Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners.
I feel like the word for partners, she's in her mind thinking, oh yeah, I'm using these people as puppets. Actually, I just remembered something. Please help us deliver this. What is it?
A vision.
Oh, right! Child's vision! I forgot about that!
All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
I completely forgot we had that. So you had to do Foul Legacy.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You're...
Terrifying. Yes, she is.
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
This journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
Ah.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However,
yeah, I
feel
wonder
free
why.
to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians and our upcoming rookie talent.
Do you mean me? Not necessary. I can't trust you.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant. Oh, I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable.
Also, wasn't there the
Farewell.
one guy? Maybe it's just me overthinking it, but I feel like there was the one guy in Sumeru that was watching us. Like, the camera was panned so weird that I feel like the one blonde guy was watching us. I don't know.
Farewell, Father.
Why do you call her father?
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence.
Yeah,
I
she
couldn't even
does.
dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews. Thank you all. This'll be more than enough for me to write about, I'm sure.
But aren't I on the Fatui Harbinger's hit list? Why is she not hunting me down? I mean, I feel like she's not hunting me down because then it would soil her reputation, but still.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
Do we actually get one?
To move things about?
I mean, you call it a magic pocket when I feel like it's just a bag.
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same thing right now.
I feel like they're just
So many
bags.
things have happened, but the pockets are still the pockets.
They're bags.
I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths, and serendipity will lead you to your fated friends.
Also, I don't know if we've unlocked all of Fontaine completely.
All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so we'll get going now. Have a good day, you two.
I don't even remember what we needed to get for the magic pockets.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see how Neverlette's doing? As long as he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anyway.
I mean, I feel like this is part of the Archon quest where it's like you ask him the final questions about our next nation, about basically that type of thing. The next nation, about our brother, that type of thing. Always happens at the end of the Archon quest, though there could be more Archon quests, there could not be. Because in Nahita's second, yeah, it was her second story quest, we actually unlocked a pep there. And outside of the Archon quest, we unlocked more Sumeru area. So,
the entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there!
So, I'm wondering if there really is any more Archon quests for Fontaine, or if that's it. And there's just gonna be more other quests. I don't know. It's really grand, but I don't trust this bridge, considering the last bridge I walked on almost killed my friend.
Here, Neuvillette. Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meeting.
Such jovial
so I may
music.
explain some things that I haven't had the time to before.
Please do! I am so curious about the lore of just Teyvat itself. Wow, that mountain is sharp.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all.
Wait, hold on. Just want to make sure it's not too loud. There.
Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved?
I mean, he flew into the sky, said the people's sins were fine, and then were forgiven, and then boom, the flood happened, and then everybody was safe? It's kind of deep.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes time to say them out loud.
Neuvillette sighs softly before telling you the truth of what concerning he saw that day. About Focalors deceived the heavenly principles and Furina's endless performance to save Fontaine.
Whoa.
Right!
So that's what happened?
I only saw Furina's part myself.
Focalor destroyed the divine throne.
Right,
because
Paimon didn't see any of that.
Restored your power to you, transforming you into a fully fledged elemental dragon sovereign.
The first of Teyvat? Because, okay, so I was originally thinking that the, I was originally thinking that the dragons' powers were taken by the gods, yes, which is why none of the dragons of Teyvat, up until now, had their complete dragon form, I guess. I want to say Neuvillette's dragon form. That would be cool. I originally thought the power was in the Gnosis, the connection from the god to Celestia, but I don't think it was, considering they gave the Gnosis to Arlecchino, and Neuvillette probably still has his power. So that idea was thrown out the window, but the Archon themselves had the power of the dragon, and then Focalor sacrificed herself, and Neuvillette got his dragon power back, I guess.
But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontainians from dissolving.
He said, your sins are no more, I guess, and then it worked.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element.
Absolute? Ooh.
Fontainians
He's
were incomplete
powerful.
humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea. with
So
constitutions
you made them
similar to that
complete
of nymphs.
humans!
But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet.
So they're complete humans now! Aww! That's awesome. But Egeria turned the Oceanids into humans just because the Oceanids said, hey, Egeria, we want to walk on human land and be like the humans, so she agreed. And apparently that was against the heavenly principles, which then cursed them to sin. Just the word sin reminds me so much of that crystal that I saw in the Traveler's quest, the Traveler's story quest. We might actually get a Traveler's story quest after this, like with Dainsleif and stuff. But the last Traveler's quest, there was this giant crystal something in Aether's Past, because we were viewing Aether's Past at the time, which is really weird, and the start of the Abyss Order, I think. And then, the giant crystal called itself Sin, or the true sinner, or something about sin. It is really creepy. But Egeria turned the Oceanids into people, not completely, which Neuvillette just did. But apparently that was a sin of the Heavenly Principles, possibly not an actual physical god, though.
In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans.
So they're complete
and thus
humans.
would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Fossilor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone.
So does that mean you're the Archon of Hydro now, or are you just normal dragon of Fontaine now? I'm confused by that. Is Fontaine now the only nation without an Archon? Because the last nation without an Archon kind of didn't survive that long, probably. Well, it survived up until 500 years ago, but I don't know how long that was. You could say that it was at that moment the Fontaines were truly born. Philosophical.
Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Fossilor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too!
But Melusine Silver!
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask.
Oh, you have no idea. Okay, but that actually makes me curious, though, because if Conria was only destroyed 500 years ago, why was it 500 years ago specifically? Because my personal theory is that Conria has been throughout Teyvat like all other nations. And Zhongli is 6,000 years old, so I have to assume that, which does make sense why he's 600 years old, because no one else is even close to that, I don't think. But anyways, Zhongli is 6,000 years old, so I have to at least assume that Teyvat is 6,000 years old, if not maybe a little older. Which means that Conria could be like that as well. A nation that did not support gods. That supported themselves, basically. But if it survived, how did it survive that long up until 500 years ago? It has to have some connection to Aether and Lumine, because I feel like if Celestia wanted them destroyed, they would have destroyed them a long time ago, right? So the destruction of Conria has to have something to do with the Space Twins, because there's not much explanation to it. This is just my personal theory, but it has some correlation to the twins. And I don't know what it is.
Ask
I
away.
want to know.
I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Let me know about Conria and what I need to do in the future and what all of Teyvat's lore is. Right, what about the intel verdict that was passed on Child? Fossilor was actually still in Fontaine, though, she's basically a spirit inside of the Oratrice.
I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that
He's
once
in
fell into an
Shazaya now,
unknown
so-
chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal.
How did you investigate that? Did you go into the Abyss yourself and just ask the Abyss, hey, did this 14 or 13-year-old child fall in, like, 10 years ago?
But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability.
Okay, so he didn't try to drown people this time. Could still have more records of drowning people. I don't know. It's suspicious.
As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association or Focalors deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off, I cannot say.
Yeah, because Focalors kind of dead right now.
Guess Focalor had Fontanians in mind the whole time.
I wonder if Nuvolet looks any different than he did before. Like, currently. I can't see any difference.
Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontanians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
That's a good question, actually. And I feel like they would be. What is happening with your leg, Paimon? That's weird. Oh, that's her, I don't know what I thought was going on there, but that's her little crown-shaped pink thingy, going into her leg. That's weird. Yeah, I feel like they would be Oceanids because apparently it's Oceanid, not Oceanid. I feel like they would be Oceanids because, well, Millucent Silver died, and then Navia kind of died? Or she was on the verge of death, and then she saw the Oceanids surrounding her. So that only makes logical sense that they're Oceanids
Life has always
too.
flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontanians would often come to the Fountain of Lucine to pray for children?
Fountain of Oceanids?
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
Which makes no sense because it's a fountain, but alright then.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such
Unless
prayers
it's
were
like
no
the
mere
middle
custom.
of Tavad or
Instead, a form
not
of
Tavad,
ritual.
the middle of Fontaine. I don't know what that exactly means. It's a fountain. It doesn't connect to anything. But instead a form of ritual to pass on their Oceanid form to another child.
Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Huh?
Paimon sorta gets it.
I don't get it.
Either way, seems like this ritual won't be of any further use. But it'll probably live on as a local custom.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
And he's gonna keep saying that for all these questions. What about Fontaine's future?
Yeah, about that. Risley said Farina has already left. What's that all about?
Ah, Lady Farina.
I wanted to
The
say
people are only aware
goodbye.
that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me before leaving the Opera House.
So you are the Hydro Archon now? Hydro Archon Dragon?
I related Focalors' words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted.
Oh, so she did know the truth of everything, like the Mirror Lady and...
She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest.
Oh, Frida!
Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
Oh. Well, she's been suffering for 500 years. She needs rest.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
So she's still in Fontaine, or she's in Teyvat?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel.
Oh, Nouvelle, you're so sweet!
In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has
she's
to
been
play
suffering
the
for
role of
500
Focalor
years.
the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
A normal human life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function.
So it will now only obey to your justice, then?
This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts.
Yeah!
From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
I mean, he said that the Oratrice didn't, didn't obey him necessarily, that was because of Focalor. But I feel like he had accurate sayings, guilty or not guilty.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
Well, he is still the Udex, the great judge.
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me.
But does that mean that, you say you're an elemental dragon, but does that mean you're like the full dragon now? That no other dragon in Tibet possesses?
As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge.
The Udex!
The duty of the Hydro Sovereign and the duty of the Udex shall coexist within my person. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer produce indemnitium.
Wait, so indemnitium was an actual thing? Was the indemnitium like the thing that tipped the scales, like those teardrops? Because when we would go against Farina in the trials, it would tip the scales one way or another. Was that specifically indemnitium? I'm so confused on what that was.
Derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon, wasn't it?
I didn't even know that was an actual thing!
Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still okay. Where are they getting their energy from?
So the things in the city got their stuff from the indemnitium? I don't know.
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve
New
as a complete
Musia!
substitute.
That's what it's called. I'm
Though
not gonna
that is
remember
why
that.
I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
You have full command over... Oh, that must be Numena and Awasia. And I'm probably not saying that correctly, but I really don't care.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
I mean, he is now the Archon of Fontaine, I guess?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
About Fontaine's Gnosis, you really shouldn't have got rid of it.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
That's not a diplomatic gift!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis.
But that doesn't mean you should trust them!
Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine,
Trust
at least at this
issues!
point, would seem to be the Gnosis.
Yeah, their entire goal is the Gnosis. That's why they're helping people. I don't trust them!
The Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power.
Makes sense, because it's the connection to Celestia. But why does the Saritsa need so many Gnosises?
As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine.
I don't know.
If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid unnecessary conflict.
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and as an apology to Child.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah. Ugh, yeah, I still can't trust the Fatui no matter what. I mean, I can kind of trust, the Wanderer Akihito. But, I mean, I also, well, he's not part of the Fatui anymore, so I guess I can kind of trust him, but I can't trust the Fatui!
You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume.
Yeah, the Nation of War. Why do I feel like I'm gonna be going to war against a god? Because I think Venti's voice line about her was that she was this giant battle brute. Makes sense why she's a battle brute. She's the Archon of War, but man, I don't like any of these nations other than Mondstadt.
I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land.
Yeah, if you don't like the Sumeru Desert, you'd hate Natlan more.
As far as I'm aware, Natlon can be said to be a nation
Natlon.
of dragons.
Nation of dragons? What does that mean? Is there more dragons?
A nation of dragons? You mean like you?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there.
Well, it's the nation of Pyro, you're Hydro. Makes sense.
Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlon have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity.
Does that mean dragons as in, like, bishops and stuff? Or what? What type of dragon are we talking about here?
Natlon is also the nation of war.
Yeah.
War ravages those lands like an undying flame.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of fire and a lot of volcanoes.
There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you.
Ooh, information from the Fatui. I'll take it.
The harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
Okay, which one is the captain? I think the captain is the one guy that I figured would be like Kaya's grandpa or something. Because he had the white hair. He had a blue strip of hair. I don't know. It's a personal theory. But he was the one playing chess in that one video. Probably. Hold on. Il Capitano, which the code name would also be Captain. No, he's the one guy that I thought looked like one of the dead oh, what are they called? One of the dead yakshas. Just because he had similar hair, similar outfit, he looked just so similar to the guy. Okay, so he's not the big boss, dude. Who's the big boss? Is he Piero? He might be. Yeah, because Piero's got the mask and really creepy. Also, he's got the Prima Gem eyes, so it just solidifies my theory more, but even still. Oh man, even if it's just Il Capitano, it's still not gonna be fun.
Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer.
All Fatui Harbingers are!
Hey, look, there's a Fatui Harbinger doing their thing.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlon. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you.
I appreciate that, because Fontaine still has, what, 8 updates left? But, well, it might actually skip some updates, because I think, I think in the past, I don't know about the recent past, but in the far past, I think they skipped like 1 or 2 end updates of like a whole nation chapter just because it was at a summer event. So it lasted for a few updates.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
I guess we have no more questions, but why are... Okay, that's actually kind of sad that we're not asking about our sibling. She just given up?
Hang on a sec. Paimon's still got a question about the nose.
I have a question about my sibling!
When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed.
What does that mean? Does that mean your attitude changed as a good thing, or your attitude changed as a bad thing?
We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp.
Yeah, suspiciously so, but I trust Lynette, and Freminet.
So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you.
About my sibling?
What is it?
Probably not.
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface.
Oh,
It went
right!
something
I
like
forgot that
this.
you met Skirk too! How did you send us back to the surface? Where were we? Were we in the abyss? I like the jovial music it's giving. Yeah, that totally fits the vibe. Oh, there goes the music. Now, so long as it'll actually load.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, alright,
Are we inside of the abyss? I mean, this looks like the primordial seawater. All of Tavad is creepy. Oh, I guess he's just gonna send us away. Thank you.
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference.
What does that
mean? I can finally catch the scent of your power.
Huh?
What it's made of.
What? Wait,
It's the
hold on.
authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite a novel blend.
Okay, that... I love how short she is compared to him. But... that also correlates to something suspicious. In Nouvelette's voice lines. If I remember, I'll show it. But it said something about him challenging something.
I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I mean, I feel like you're from the Abyss. Maybe not even from Teyvat. If the Abyss is part of Teyvat, I don't know what the Abyss is. If the Abyss is space, or I don't know where you were from or who you are, but yeah, I feel like you've encountered a lot of strange things.
I do not know what you speak of.
Yeah, play dumb.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yes?
Okay, what does that even mean? Remains of the third descender. Wait, aren't we the third descender or are we the fourth descender? Because I think Nahida said that there were 4 descenders. We were either the third or the fourth. I hope it's not us.
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Parlance? Remains of the third descender. The third descender is a Jiria?
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me.
Focalor? Wait. We never did really know how Focalor became a god because she was originally just, like anybody else, she was originally an Oceanid. And then became a god and then split herself into 2, which was Farina, the human, and then Focalor, which was basically like the spiritual god form of her. They were the same person but separate. I don't know.
But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
Remains of the third descender, which was the Gnosis. Focalor is a descender? Because a descender means not from Teyvat.
I've been training with my master, the Fowl, ever since I was young.
The Fowl?
And I have never returned to the surface since.
Nice name.
So most of the information I possess, I got from him.
It's really suspicious that you have a master? And you are Child's master. I don't know.
It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense.
Huh?
Which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans.
What does that even mean in this context?
Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you.
AKA get rid of the Gnosis, but what does this mean? This answers nothing!
To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What does that mean?
What do you mean by that?
I'm so confused.
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts. And my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
Huh?
This third descender you refer to.
Return to the surface.
Who
So
are
she's
they?
from Teyvat?
When did they die?
He possesses. Wait, so she said he possesses the remains of the third descender, which was. Is? I don't know. Was. The. Was the Gnosis. But she's not referring to Focalor specifically as the descender. Does that mean Egeria?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know.
Man, I wish it was. Does that mean like a god's gnosis? Gnosis? I don't know. Does that mean the gnosis is passed down from like god to god? After the god dies, it passes down to another god? I'm confused by that.
If you're interested, though, I could ask him.
Do it!
I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Who is the third descender? I want to know about all the descenders because I feel like the first descender was like the primordial one or something like that, but that's a personal theory. So then we are the fourth descender. Right?
Next time, you believe we will meet again?
Yeah, I feel like she plans to meet again.
I do.
Not believes.
Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
Oh yeah, child as the messenger. That's perfect. That gave me more questions than answers. Thanks, Nouvelette. I appreciate that. You're gonna leave me on a cliffhanger like that, aren't you? Nouvelette, please don't.
That's what she told me.
No!
Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
Something about the third descender having the gnosis, but that doesn't make sense.
The remains of the third descender?
Which was the gnosis, she said.
So that's what the gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess pieces. How could they be a person's remains?
Like they're from the person? This makes no sense.
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
Remains of the third descender. So, I mean, I've heard some things where like, oh yeah, the rivers were created by the gods as tears, or the rocks were created by the gods as nails, or something like that. Is this similar? Because the third descender is not from Teyvat, but has a gnosis of the connections to Celestia. I'm so confused.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it, which is why you gave it to the Fatui.
I don't understand. Oh, so you're giving them misfortune? Good plan, but also not a good plan because the gnosis is... I don't know what the Cerise is doing with it.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here.
But what if she's not speaking the truth and getting rid of it? Is worse. A descender. She mentioned one of them. Oh, so I am the fourth descender, so I was after them. For me, this information means two things. What does that mean? One, that the Gnosis are related to descenders. So there's a Gnosis that's related to me? But I thought there was 4 descenders, not 7. And 2, that one who already came before me has already died. What does that even mean here? Like, dying can mean a lot of things in Teyvat, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna elaborate on that because my thoughts are too jumbled, but wow.
I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them.
You didn't expect me to be a descender? Have you seen my clothes? None of the nations match my clothes.
That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender.
Does that mean all the Gnosis come from the third descender, though. Like Paimon said, they look like chess pieces. Connections from the gods to Celestia. So Celestia can spy on the gods or send them messages or something like that.
I wonder. Does your body also possess similar properties?
Please don't test that out.
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision.
Well, there's that,
That
but...
does sort of count as special compatibility, right?
That was probably because I had powers before I entered Tevat, though they were stripped away. So now I can slowly get those powers back.
No,
right?
Let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy.
It's all creepy. I'm suspicious of all of this.
Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all.
I won't die so easily. Debatable.
That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck.
It is bad luck, but that's why we need to talk about it.
Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go look for his master and get the answers that way.
How do we look for someone that's in the abyss? Is the abyss space? What is the abyss? I don't know.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true of being at court.
Well, see, the people of Conria, like the Hilly Churls and like people like Dainslift and stuff like that, those people are, well, mainly just the Hillies and Aether and stuff. Those are the Abyss Order. The Abyss Order. So the Abyss has something to do with Conria, right? And there's people that think that Conria is like upside down or inside of Tevat or below Tevat or whatever that means. There are theories of that. So maybe the Conria was like hell and the Abyss is like hell? I don't know.
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems
I
like the
want to
crisis
talk
here
more
might be
about
over
this,
again.
please. I'm only getting more questions.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
Oh man.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
I mean, she wanted to protect her people, so I guess.
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will.
Can you understand the will of a god?
I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops.
Ha!
Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
I'm so confused. Stop talking in analogies. No! I need more questions than answers. Why did you do this to me, Nuvalet? It's too loud. The guide? Oh, there is that. Rena! I know we wouldn't technically be getting the Archon, but it's close enough. Rena? I still have one more wish. Please? I don't know what penny I'm at. I gotta check. Rena! Please? No! Not Marina. She's got 7 days and 20 hours left, and I don't have the Prima Gems for that. She does have a rerun, so there's that going for me. What penny was I even at? I was at 36 pity. Alright, so that would have been early pity had I got her. Man, I hate that I have more questions than answers. But we have new blood voice lines to look over because that was really suspicious what Skirk was mentioning about about. Do you have more voice lines? You do? Well, kind of. But, Skirk mentioned something about Nouvellette and gods, and it just reminded me of this. Let's see, what is it? I think it was this one?
No. Now that I have reclaimed one of the 7 authorities from the hands of the usurpers,
Him
I
becoming
have
the
regained my true form.
dragon form?
I am now a fully fledged dragon.
Good for you!
Powerful enough to judge the rest of the gods. My final destiny is to judge the usurper king in the heavens above.
What does that mean?
But until that time comes, I will lend my power to you.
Does that mean the Heavenly Principles is a physical god? Because who is the usurper king? Is the Dragon King still alive? Because I feel like the Dragon King is one of the descendants. That makes up at least 3. Because there's the Dragon King. In no specific order. The Dragon King, the 3rd descender, and us. I don't know. But that was for leveling him up to 90. What about this?
From my observations, humans have a tendency to view themselves as being in opposition with nature.
No, I remember that.
What
about this?
Since you hail from beyond the stars,
so he didn't know that till after we told him.
I judge this upended world. This realm dismantled was of the formidable father himself. But what now reigns here is a cluster of filthy feathers. Though we live in a world of disarray, I shall undertake to restore all that has been broken.
Who is that quoted by? I mean, it's in quotes. He's quoting someone. But... okay, this makes no sense because... didn't Farina say when we first entered, Fontaine that she knew that we were from the stars? Did Fozalor tell her? Just not tell Nouvellette? I'm so confused how he didn't know, because he's the Udex. He's smart.
This is a topic
Oh
that has been
my
discussed
God.
ad nauseum. I don't mean to condescend to humanity, but it is quite clear to me that society's concepts of justice, fairness, equality, and rule of law are not equivalent, and never can be. Now, of course, water always seeks its own level, and it was in this spirit that the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, hoped to achieve universal equality by connecting all things with love. Her successor chose instead to seek equality by means of the law. Ultimately, due to various external factors, this unfortunately manifested itself in the distorted form of trials for the sake of trials. Nevertheless, there are reasons for everything. I suppose I should refrain from criticizing her.
Yeah, I feel like just saying that you were criticizing her. I understood none of that, but Hydra Archon Egeria hoped to achieve universal equality by connecting all things with love. That's really cute and all, but she did technically curse her people to die. Even if it's what the people wanted, yes. Maybe Egeria could see the future and just, like, saw this coming? I don't know, and the 3rd Descender dying and the Gnosis is connected to the Descenders. I don't know if they're just, like, all connected to the 3rd Descender or if they're connected to all 4 of us, which doesn't make sense because, 4 Descenders, 7 Gnosises, and then 1 Celestia. I'm bad at math, but this doesn't add up. Man. But anyways, Egeria is cute and all, equality and love and that type of thing for citizens. Though I have heard rumor that, the Tsaritsa is actually the Archon of Love, like, which makes no sense because Frost doesn't normally correlate to love, but it kind of does at the same time. But, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. None of this makes sense to me. I don't know. But I'm going to end the stream a little bit early, and I'm going to end it here, just so we can pick up with something entirely new tomorrow. Probably. So, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, or wherever you are in this crazy world, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!